Who's up this early? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Back again with another one. The grind don't stop. Want y'all to hit the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member. And also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. I'll give people a few to get up in here. Of course, I say I'm not going to be on here long, but it just depends on where everything takes us. Now, you can play everything back if you want to. I'm just finna talk about a couple of things, and y'all can come in here when y'all feel necessary to, okay? Um, right now, everybody sees Denver as just a fluke team, it seems like, but what they're not realizing is that this team right now, they can turn it on and off when they want to. And that's what's dangerous about them. That's what's dangerous. Look, I know I talked about this last night. I know I talked about it last night. But Joker, man, he's on a whole nother level, man. He's on a whole nother level. A whole nother level, man. And a lot of these guys are just playing catch up. Um, I look at Denver. I look at Denver, and they remind me of those championship teams where they pretty much have the blueprint to winning a championship, and they're a complete team. Let's break it down, right? You got an MVP in Jokic, okay, who's won MVP before, could win another one because he's right in line to win another MVP if that don't change. Some people will argue Tatum, some people have SGA, and then Giannis hasn't went anywhere, and I'm gonna talk about Giannis in just a minute. Okay, you have Joker, then you also have a guy in Jamal Murray. Okay, that right there is your 1-2 punch. That right there is your 1-2 punch. So the great teams always had a 1-2 punch. Everybody knows that. You know, we could go down the line. You know, uh, the obvious with Kobe and Shaq, Mike and Jordan. Okay, Kareem and Magic. Right, Oscar and Lou Alcindor, or AKA Kareem. Okay, um, you know, when you talk about that New York squad too. Sorry about that, y'all. Having some issues. Um, when you talk about the New York squad that won that title, you had several guys on that team that could get you buckets, like Earl Monroe and Walt Frazier. And then, of course, some people would say like Bob Cousy and Bill Russell. Um, just talking about the 1-2 punches over time. Okay, you got that established. Then you have a great coach. Mike Malone is a great coach. What's going on, Brown Sugar? Mike Malone is a great coach. Make sure you share this video whenever y'all get a chance. Like it and share it. Okay, I know some people ain't up, but I'm up. Uh oh, okay. The nigga, I figured the nigga Cypress was up. I don't know how much y'all have heard, but right now I'm talking about several different things, but mainly I'm talking about Denver and their mentality. Denver, like I've said, I told my boy Cypress before. Denver is taking a page out of the San Antonio Spurs book, and I'm not talking about this generation San Antonio. We're talking about in the Tim Duncan era. We're talking about Greg Popovich. We're talking about him. Okay, and we're talking about what they established. Like I said, they have a 1-2 punch in Jokic and Jamal Murray. All right. You have, like I said, 4 to 5 guys that can get you 20 or get you in double figures. And then you have a couple of guys that could get you double doubles too as well. Okay. Think about it. Okay. Some people, because it's sad, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't even pay attention to Denver because they don't have a superstar. I mean, they don't have that superstar that's popular and makes a lot of noise and stuff in Jokic, but they're winning games. But last night proved that. You have LeBron, everybody talks about LeBron, 40K and stuff, but Jokic comes in there and pretty much spoils the party. That's what Tim Duncan used to do. That's what Tim Duncan used to do. That nobody's really talking about the Spurs. Everybody just, well, they're old, they're slow, they're boring. Meanwhile, they winning championships. That's the same shit that Denver is doing. All right, right, okay. So let's keep going because I love these. I love these type of talks, man. I just love it. I love it. You have you have Michael Porter Jr. You got MPJ, who can also be a superstar too, and possibly would have led a team and stuff had it not been for some injuries coming in first. I still believe that not Michael Jordan, Michael Porter Jr. could lead a squad by himself, but he has been disciplined enough to say, you know what, I'm willing to go ahead and just take a back seat and be that second, or really that third option. Because to me, Jamal Murray is the second option. The first option is Jokic. Second option is Jamal Murray. Third option is MPJ. Fourth option is Gordon. Okay, but all of those guys can be lethal on any given night. It's the same thing with the Spurs. Okay. And I know people gonna bring up, Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna bring up the Lakers and stuff like that. But I'm talking about a San Antonio kind of based team. Okay. Even, some people could look at that 94, 95 H-Town team. Gordon can be a cleanup man, get you double double, and play lockdown D. Okay. Jamal Murray can play make and as well be ferocious and go through the lane and get his buckets and got a lot in his bag and can hit a hot outside shot. Okay, we already know what Jokic can do. That's why I didn't mention him. Okay. Then you got MPJ who could dribble, drive, penetrate. He could shoot the three. Yeah, MPJ can also rebound because I don't think people understand MPJ is long. They act like MPJ is short or something. No, MPJ is 6'8", 6'9". Damn near 6'10". Yeah, Reggie Jackson. I wanted Reggie Jackson. Cypress. I wanted Reggie Jackson. I wanted Reggie Jackson. He would be he would be a damn good fit, man, for real. Like I'm talking about with the Philadelphia 76ers. And you gotta look when now. I thought that they were kind of gonna take a significant drop off when they lost Bruce Brown. See, a lot of people might look at Bruce Brown like, what is this guy doing? And he's undersized and stuff like that. Man, Bruce Brown is a joy and a blessing to have. I'm up in here using church words on a Sunday. A joy and a blessing. It's just a blessing. Let me stop. But anyways, you have a guy in Bruce Brown that can pretty much do everything. He could rebound. He could, he ain't gonna hit a whole bunch of open shots, but he was just everywhere. And I thought that the Bruce Brown loss was gonna make them drop off a little bit. Sort of like when Drew Holiday had went away from the Bucks. Cause now you see what the Celtics are doing. What's up, Matt Moses? Damn, nigga, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Golly. Seem like the when the 49ers lose, you know what I'm saying, you go into hibernation. We already know your ass is hibernating because of LeBron being on the team. That 40K, I guess it got him really hibernating. But salute to Matt Moses, man. What third shift is that? Morning wood, nigga? Matt Moses, you know how I rock, nigga. Don't even try that shit. Talk about third shift. Yeah, your third shift is that morning wood, nigga. That's what it is, nigga. That nigga probably got a tree post in the morning time. Like, baby, come here. Come here. Gotta turn on some X videos or some shit. Some Pornhub or something out in this motherfucker. Anyway, man. It's Sunday. Let me shut up. What's up, Ted? I see you in here, man. Matt Moses at one of them strip clubs that don't close till goddamn 5 and 6 and shit. That's where man, you go to Georgia, a lot of them strip clubs, man, they pretty much don't close. Or you go to different place. I'm not saying that Matt Moses is in Georgia. I know he over there. I think it's Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. But like I was just saying that I remember being over there and they were still open. The motherfuckers were still having breakfast up in there. Yeah, yeah, man. Some places and you got like I don't know. See, I haven't been to places like Korea and China, Asia, stuff like that. Some of them parlors and them strip clubs, Love You Long Time and all them places and stuff like that, they never close. Or like in Thailand and all that shit. Amsterdam. Know about Germany and all that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever food you like. On my Coming to America type shit. Whatever movie you like. Whatever song you like. Okay, so we could go ahead and I could have at least nine other women in here too. Whatever you like. The wings be good in the club. Lou was right. Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, that's why that motherfucker couldn't stay focused. He said, "Man, fuck all this shit. I'm about to go ahead and retire in this bitch." You know what I'm saying? Look, and if he's smart, he would have capitalized on that motherfucker. You feel me? Shit, you up in there getting caught up in some dumb shit, nigga. Go ahead and capitalize, nigga. Run your own goddamn strip club. Shit, you got enough money to do it. You got the lemon pepper Lou. You know what I'm saying? You got lemon pepper and you got, things that a nigga want. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, y'all trying to see. That's why a nigga like Matt Moses and nigga Cypress and of course Brown Sugar Ted and all them, man, they come up in here, y'all. Look, I was trying to be good, man. I was trying to behave, man. Y'all make your nigga get out of whack. Anyway, let me go ahead and stay focused. Let me get boring with YouTube. All right. I can't get crazy. But anyway, back to Denver though. They have, like I said, they can turn it on and turn it off when they want to. Like I said last night, Ted was on last night. He know what I was saying. Denver can turn it on when they want to. Like last night, you would have thought the Lakers were going to win. Am I right, Matt Moses? Because you a Lakers fan, and so is Ted. You would have thought, I thought the Lakers had it. And next thing you know, here comes Jokic. He's known for that type of shit. I know, Brown. I know. I know, but I'm trying. I'm trying to have a little bit of discipline, but but they can turn it on and off when they want to, and that's what's dangerous about them. And now that they know, see, Denver done already, because Jokic at first he almost sniffed the championship when they made it to the Western Conference Final, but unfortunately they took that L. and then what's it called? Then they finally, they was able to get to the finals and they was able to win it. So now they got a taste of it. Now they want more. Jokic is just slept on guy, and like the brother Ticket was saying, shout out to Ticket TV. Again, I said this yesterday, and he said it too, and I've been saying this. Chilltown said it too. Shout out to Chilltown Hoops. Go sub to his channel. OG Chilltown has said that Jamal Murray, and so did Ticket. I've said it before too. We're wondering why the hell is Jamal Murray not an all-star? That nigga had 24, I think 24, 25, and 11 last night. Not 11 rebounds, 11 assists. Yeah, Holiday too. Yeah, man, all the Holidays are gonna do good. Jokic, man, he's a slept on. He's a shit. Dare I say cheat code too? We got many cheat codes in this game. When you think of a cheat code, you know what I'm saying? You think of like a Wembyama. You think of a Jokic because I mean here this guy is, he's 7 foot. He might be clumsy looking, but he's still keeping up running with the horses and stuff, still handling the ball. You don't you sit there and you laugh when Jokic is bringing up the ball, but he's actually making plays. You sitting there laughing at that shit, but it's like, well, shit, laugh if you want to. It's a genius. They have like a genius plan, so to speak. That's facts, Ted. That's facts. That's facts. Unlike, well, because I don't know what Luka's plus or minus last night. See, let's get on that for a second, right? Yeah, Luka had 37, 11, and 12. Okay, the triple doubles and stuff like that. But sometimes Luka's triple doubles aren't as impactful as you think. Whereas you have a guy in Tatum. I think Tatum had or did he? How much did Luka have last night? I think, did he have 34? He scored less than Luka. I know he did, but they won the game though. And Tatum is starting to understand that now. He's starting to understand. Okay, yeah, I can still get my buckets and everything, but the important thing is that we win the game. He understood that earlier, but it just took a little bit of maturation. I mean, you got to think, man, they was in the Eastern Conference Finals early on in his career. And so, like, that's why I don't understand why Tatum is not up there. I understand it. No, I don't understand it. Why they don't have him there? The only argument that you could possibly give me is SGA, and that's about it. Giannis, he's creeping back up, even though they have him at number 3. I'm talking about in my eyes. I feel like Tatum should always, because they have not moved. They have not moved from number 1. Man, they're neck and neck right now, Ted. I can't, and neither one of them has won a chip yet. So, and what's the name? SGA had an argument because he was at one point he was at the top 3 in scoring or something like that. Because I mean he's putting up 31.4 points per game last time I checked. You know, Brown Sugar, you said facts. I Oh yeah. Because you will take Tatum. Okay. You don't like SGA? Yeah, she want that light skinned nigga. She want that light skin. She like the light skinned nigga with the wavy hair and all that. All right, go ahead, have him, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't want the nigga with the cornrow. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the Canadian nigga. You know? Yeah. Oh man. What was that other nigga that was trying to be like, I'll be sure. I think his name was Christopher Williams. Don't wake me, I'm dreaming here. That nigga. That nigga that played on New Jack City. I never liked your punk ass anyway. Oh man, come on, stop. Brown shit. Might be the other way around. Let me not. It might be the other way around. Oh man. You know, some of them light skin, they try to play it all cool and stuff like that. But then they turn into something else behind closed doors. Get it started. Wasn't that what he was playing? Remember, the reason why I think about that though, Chad and Brown Sugar, is because you remember when on Friday when Craig was trying to let his uncle know about the tax notice on his house, and he came out. He had Kim or Wally or the auntie all tied up. Yeah, he had his thing on his mouth. She was like, hurry up. I think he was playing. I want to say he was playing Earth, Wind, and Fire or something like that. Anyways, man, I'm trying to be good on Sunday. Yeah, you remember that dumb Brown Sugar when he had them all tied up? She had a he had her all tied up and stuff. He opened up the door, and then he started trying to beat Craig. He's like, man, you interrupted my shit for this shit. Like, get your ass on. Yeah, they had a dungeon in that motherfucker, man. Shit. Yeah, Ted, let me find out you an exhibitionist, man. You don't know what the hell you walking into. Wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this. Oh, no, 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 no. No, straight. You have to stay. But hey, I gotta go. try to get out of here. And then you're gonna have a big 6'9" nigga. Sorry, straight. You have to stay. Halt. Who goes there? You know what I'm saying? Ted would be like, hey, don't worry about it, straight. We're gonna feed you in the morning time. You know, we're gonna have two women in there. You know, like Coming to America. the royal package is clean, Your Highness. Anyways, man. But yeah, man. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. That's what I want to talk about, though. Now, I wanted to talk about something that the brother True the King brought up. Shout out to True the King TV. Go sub to his channel. Highly knowledgeable about the NBA, the game in general, and be spitting facts too, and also one of the LDBC bros too as well, man. He's a Celtics fan too. I like what he brought up last night, man, and the brother Two Rodham brought it up too. And this is something I want to stay on for quite some time. I really didn't get a definitive answer from anybody about this when I asked this question. But it was about the defensive 3-second rule. Okay. Oh, you do, Brown Sugar? Hey, you know how I do. Yeah, I mean, we have to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody wants to be comfortable in their skin and talk about like real things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people want to sit here and act like how did we get here? I'll wait. Okay. How did we get here? Okay. We had to we all had to be conceived. But anyways, man, I'm not gonna get on that. The defensive 3 seconds, a lot of people don't really see it, as a point of having. Of course, you know what the defensive 3 second, what it entails, and a lot of people feel like it's not. It's really unnecessary, And if listen, you got to realize when they brought defensive 3 seconds, they brought defensive 3 seconds, and they made zone, even though that they were still using zone defenses prior to 2001, 2002. They made it officially legal in 2001, 2002. And then of course, they took. Then they followed up with the hand checking. Shoot, my son is already spitting game. Man, my son is crazy, Ted. He's up in there trying to flirt with little girls already, man. But I really feel like with the change, because zone defense, you know who was complaining about it. There was a couple people that was complaining about it. It was McGrady that was complaining about it. And when they had put it in. And then That's when they they just started. I think they took out hand checking. That very next season. I want to say '03. Am I right? In 2003, that's when they stopped hand checking. They stopped hand checking. Yeah, and then slowly and slowly. Look, you bring those things back. Listen, I don't mind the zone. I don't mind the zone. I really don't mind the zone. I prefer man, but zone, because a lot of, like, okay, the NBA, they want to put, it was more marketed towards having that one player out on the island by himself for a while, or they'll focus in on the isolation. Like, that's what the NBA was fit for. But a lot of people were complaining about it. One of the guys was, believe it or not, it was George Karl. That's why he complained about Melo so much. Melo had that reputation of being a ball stopper and everything like that. But if you're gonna call Melo a ball stopper, then okay, you're gonna have to call Kobe a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call AI a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call Paul Pierce a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call McGrady a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call Michael Jordan a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call sometimes Hakeem a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call Shaquille O'Neal a ball stopper. You're gonna have to call a lot of these players that did isolation, isolation at times, a ball stopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna call just Melo a ball stopper, because that's some of the stuff that he was doing. LeBron was in the triple threat a lot of times too. And listen, last night I was looking at something that was said about LeBron, and this isn't any surprise to anybody. How to not hand check? Yeah, it was a challenge to him. But Kobe knew how to move. He knew how to move his feet. Kobe used to work, I think he said, 6 to 8 hours on his quickness and his footwork. 6 to 8 hours. Like, that's insane. And people wonder why his body had betrayed him, because he worked so damn hard. That's what Tim Grover said. But okay, hand checking. Okay, Brown Sugar. Okay, when you're playing defense, you use your hand to guide that player where you want him. You could use your hand, or you could use your forearm to guide the offensive player where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? On defense, you couldn't use your hands and put your hand anywhere. I mean, you couldn't. Now at this stage of the game, you can't use your hand and put your hand on a player at all. But back then, if you're at a certain distance, you could use your hand to guide that player where you want him to be. And that's what hand checking is. They took that out of the game. That's facts, Ted. They took, now in the low post. If you're in the low post, you can have your because back then, it was more back to the basket a lot. You could have. There's only a certain distance. If your arm is extended out with your forearm and stuff, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to get a whistle. But if you're close enough but you still have your forearm right there, and I'm talking about in the past, and you still have it right there, you have your forearm on that guy's waist, or upper area, depending on how tall they was. We talking about like 7-footers and guys are 6'9" and stuff. then you 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get no whistle. But if you go back and you look at the clips, Brown Sugar, of when, like, look at it. Okay, the perfect guy that I felt like did hand checking really good, but you could tell that he was doing it legal a lot of times, and some people are gonna try to argue me on this. Okay, Dennis Rodman. Okay, because Dennis Rodman was effective, and I know people get tired of me talking about him, but he could guard 1 through 5. Look at Dennis Rodman in the post, how he played. He was like how he guarded Shaq. Dennis Rodman ain't nothing but 6'8", 6'9". He's guarding Shaq, who's 7'1", 7'1", and or something like that. But he's still guarding him. He was hand checking Shaq in the post. He was hand checking a lot of those players, like Magic, some of the point guards, stuff like that. Nah, Ted, he's spitting facts, man. Oakley was good at it too. But I love it. That's the challenge. That's the challenge that a lot of role play back in the day were good handshakers and screensavers. Yeah, that's why Ted, man. Sometimes you be like, yeah, such and such is a bum, such and such is a bum, and all this other stuff. A lot of time, okay, uh, would you say that Theus is a bum? A guy like Theus is a bum? Because 9 times out of 10, Theus can get you buckets and stuff, but he's out there to set screens. He's a good screen setter and stuff. A lot of times, that's why, like, when you talk about guys like Matt Geiger and all these guys and stuff like that, they're a joy to have when you talk about screen setting and stuff, because you need somebody out there setting screens. AI needed guys like a Matt Geiger, or a Dikembe Mutombo. Um, shit. Some of those guys that he was playing with to set screens. Theo Ratliff and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, Theo Ratliff, man, very underappreciated shot blocker. I want to touch on this too. Last night that I saw when I was on Ticket TV stream, and he was talking about Kwame Brown, right? Um, then you had this guy come in here talk. He started saying, of course, you're giving praise to it. I can't remember the comment that he said, but he said something to the effect of, yeah, he just clout chasing because he didn't make it and he didn't do nothing in the NBA or something like that. I'll say it again, man. If you play past 3 years, if you play past 2 to 3 seasons in the NBA, you've had somewhat of a good career. It might not have been the career like a LeBron or Jordan or Magic or any of those other guys, but you were blessed to actually be on the NBA roster. Well, when you get to the NBA, man, that's the cream of the crop right there. Okay, where you thought in your land, in your area, in your state, in your district, in your city, where you were the best, where you're playing with guys all over the world who in their land, in their city, in their district, wherever they came from, in their state, they were the best too. Where you thought you were competitive, there's somebody just as competitive as you. Where you thought you were tall, there's somebody that's just as tall as you. Where you thought you were tough, there's somebody just as tough as you, or if not tougher. Where you thought you were strong, there's somebody strong, and if not even stronger than you, or probably 50 times stronger than you. Where you thought you were fast, there's going to be motherfuckers that are going to blow your ass away. You know, where you thought you could stay up and be an insomniatic, there's somebody that's going to be up at like 2 days straight without any rest or anything to eat or any of that. Where you thought you were a workaholic, well, you're running into a guy like Kobe Bryant that's literally working on his game for 8 to 10 hours and putting up 2,000 jumpers. Where you thought your 500 jumpers, like Stephen A. Smith said, he was shooting two to 300 shots. Kobe would look at him and laugh. That's all you're putting up. So what I'm saying is that's what you're running into when you get to the NBA. So when a motherfucker comes up to me and says, "Okay, yeah, such and such was a bust and all this other stuff," y'all don't know how hard Kwame Brown was working. Like he literally was working. He was working out hard, and he said it sometimes. I remember because he was on a new diet and everything, and then not just Kwame Brown. There's a lot of guys that didn't make it, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is people got to stop saying that, especially like going online saying that type of shit, because it's like, what have you done? Have you even tried? And I've talked about this before, but I had to bring that up again because he had like two or three guys saying that stuff. Talk about, he was clout chasing, and he was the clout. Everybody was trying to get him on everywhere. When everybody's trying to take jabs at you, and everybody wants to debate with you, everybody wants you on their platform and stuff like that, you're doing something right. Yeah, he made it. You know what I'm saying? You don't, and look, and that's what you got to appreciate about a queen like Brown Sugar. You don't have to like. I'm not telling you to like um who he is or what he stands for, because there's a lot of things that you might not agree with what he says. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's the beauty of being around people. That's the beauty of being, like, you might be in a relationship with a girl. Let's say you might have a little, a little shorty on the side, or you might have a nigga on the side. Y'all don't barely agree with nothing, but it actually brings y'all closer together because opposites attract. Well, it's the same thing with being amongst people. Some of my, like a few of my best friends, man, we don't agree on shit. I got guys on here, man. My nigga Cypress, nigga, we stay true to King. There's a lot of shit we don't agree with. Shit, man. Ticket. There's some shit we don't agree with, but at the same token, we're able to understand each other. But you can't be taking personal shots at people just because you don't agree with what they say. There's a lot of people. Uh, I like I might say, yeah, I think Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer, you know, but because I said that, oh, then you're gonna hold that something personal against me, and I think that is so stupid. Like, you can't get mad at that nigga because he thinks a certain way. Yeah, I mean, it's just so it's stupid. So that's what they do. They want to take, they want to use a platform like a ticket or somewhere else or whatever to take personal jabs at a person or whatnot. And even I remember one time I had seen it. I forget which platform he was on. I think it might have been FYF. I think it might have been on Lamont. Shout out to FYF too, and Lamont. Um, I think he brought him on there, and some of them, I know Lamont was actually asking him legitimate questions and stuff like that, but then there was other people on there that were, trying to get on there, trying to just so that they could go ahead and take a jab at him and stuff like that. And I'm like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Really, what did you do? If we're gonna get personal and you're gonna call that man a bust or anything like that, he's gonna put your feet to the fire. What the hell did you do? Where's your resume? That's the same thing he was saying about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith talks about all these shit about all these guys. He talks about Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson is balling this season. So he could just shut the fuck up with all that shit, right? You can't say that shit about Zion Williamson this season because they have a good record. They're seventh or sixth seed or something like that. They're in position to make the playoffs. If the playoffs were to start today, they're not in the play-in. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's playing. He's not sitting out. So you want to bring up a shit like eating a lot. Larry Johnson ate a lot. Sean Kemp ate a lot. I know. Some of y'all don't want to hear this. I know. I seen some people probably logged up. You know, but yeah, Barkley ate a lot. You know, I mean, but he's still going out there, and obviously they still have him. They still have him out there. He hasn't violated his clause, his weight restriction clause or whatever it was that they have in his contract. And he's averaging 20. He's averaging 24. I think it's 20. I think it's 22.4, something like that. Yeah, 22.4. No, my damn. Hey, God, leave Brown Sugar. You think all these guys is all these guys is in the closet? God, no. At first you said Benzino. Hey, that'd be some shit if that happened for real. I bet you they would have a whole segment. Everybody would be talking about it. Shit. The eyes never lie. You sound like Scarface, girl. Chico. The eyes never lie. A more. The eyes never lie. And he ended up unaliving his best friend just because he saw him with his sister, man. Yeah. Scarface. Yeah, she the woman, Scarface, man. Hey, Brown Sugar probably gonna be, iced when Ice T, when he had that Mossberg, he had that 12 gauge, and then he had that girl on there that, you know what I'm saying. I think she had a weapon too. I forget which record that was. That's gonna be Brown Sugar. But yeah, man. I mean, we really gotta be honest, man. When we say stuff like that. Cause I remember how he used to talk all that. He would talk really crazy about Kwame, and then from what I know, I think he's thinking about bringing up, suing him for uh, messing with his character. Nah, baby, your secret's safe with me. Your secret's safe with me. But man, it's just we gotta really watch what we're saying and stuff. A lot of these guys Ain't never, a lot of these guys are, afraid. Like I had this one motherfucker, man. Um, he was on what's the name channel? Uh, what's that nigga name channel? Underrated Darkness. And this motherfucker's up in there. Well, you're afraid to show your face and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, you dumbass. You can see my goddamn face. You know what I'm saying? But it's called me having life and responsibilities. I don't need to explain shit to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and profess like like nigga got it made, like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got some niggas uh, that have, like, there was somebody, I forget who it was. I think it was Erica Williams. Shout out to the Queen Erica Williams, classy climb, man. Go sub to her channel. But she was sitting up there. She did a thing where you have guys, you have the fake YouTubers that that fake persona YouTube image of themselves, and then I think she put somebody they was holding some sort of pistol in their hand or whatever, and I think they might have had a cigarette or something like that. And then she had another picture of them, I guess, like reading a book or being a nerd or something like that. And that's who they are when they not on YouTube. That's what a lot of people be doing. That's what a lot of people be doing and stuff. Oh, you afraid to show this and show that. Now, man, I don't have nothing to explain to you, but yeah. But yeah, now what else was I think that's what. Oh, let's talk about the Bucks. You said a lot of you, a lot of YouTube green screens. Yeah, people can be who they. Yeah, the green screens. Yeah, they try to use that old porn background and stuff. I ain't taking anything away from anybody that probably use the green screen and stuff like that, but like when you use that, man, it kind of makes it look like you doing one of them old 90s porn. Hey Jerry, we ready to start? You know, and they throw you the lube and shit. Let me see. People who can be who they want on the internet, and most of them are weird and strange. Yeah, yeah, Ted. Hey Jerry, you ready to start? Yeah, hand me that oil right there, man. I can't use baby oil. I'll be like, bullshit. You better put that baby oil on. How about some coconut oil? Doc Rivers, Doc Rivers and Giannis and Dame Lillard. I'm giving them their credit right now. Okay, Doc Rivers, Dame Lillard, and Giannis are balling right now. Uh, I still don't. Okay, are they looking like they're starting to get into championship form? Yes. And somebody, I think it was Ted that brought up a good point yesterday. Uh, what's his name? Bobby Portis is starting. He's starting to buy in. Okay, and it takes a lot for Bobby Portis. I'm a huge Bobby Portis fan. I love what I wanted him on the Sixers. Okay, he's no joke, and he's an enforcer. He's truly an enforcer. Doesn't get appreciated for some of the stuff that he does, but he also is he does the dirty work, cleanup guy, does a lot of things. He's starting to buy in, and that's a key piece to the Bucks that nobody is really talking about. Yeah, Portis, because Portis was down for a while, man, because of the situation that took place. You know, him and Adrian Griffin really got into it, and they got into it several times. The media wanted to kind of downplay it, but it was really bad. It was really bad, man. Them guys did not get along. AJ Green for the Bucks is a sharpshooter. That's Doc's Eddie Howe. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are who. Listen, I give credit to what credit due. I know everybody gonna bring up the fact that I was talking about Doc and everything. It was my opinion. I felt like Doc should not be coaching right now. All right. I just said he shouldn't be coaching. Okay. And that was my opinion. But if he wins the championship, he'll prove me wrong. He'll prove me wrong. Some people have the Bucks favored to win it all. You know, do I? I have to see. You know, right now I really can't tell because I'm not going to sleep. I'm still not going to go to sleep on New York, and I'm not going to sleep on Boston. Of course, I would like to say that I'm not going to sleep on us as the Sixers, but I got to be realistic. Right now, we're in disarray right now, especially with the loss of Joel Embiid. But I think Boston has, they have a slight edge right now because you have a guy in Porzingis that, I mean, he's hard to keep up with. Bucks are better than the Knicks and the Cavs. And see, the Cavs, I always forget. I don't know why I keep forgetting to talk about the Cavs. Man, you have Jared Allen. You have Donovan Mitchell. And then of course I think that he's the glue, and to me he's the leader. I know Donovan. They got Donovan Mitchell as the leader. To me, Darius Garland is the leader of that team. He he makes everything together. He's the glue. He's the staple, so to speak. And the Knicks, you can't go to sleep on the Knicks. You can't go to sleep on, me and Ted, man. We've been talking about, and Cypress brought up Orlando. You got to watch out for Orlando now. Some people, I don't really trust Miami. I don't trust Miami that much. But you never know. Boston could get in there, man, and then just have an epic collapse. We've seen it happen before. Yeah. You don't like his brother? Yeah. Yeah, Mo Wagner. I like Mo Wagner coming out of Michigan. Yeah, coming out of Michigan. But man, like that, Doc, man, he really he got him playing and stuff. Only thing I said, I felt like Doc should be in the front office. But if he wins the championship, look, I'll come on here and I'll say that I'm wrong. I know I know my nigga Ticket, man. He gonna be waiting on me. He gonna say, because it's just like when James Harden lost. That nigga pulled up with the quickness. When James Harden was with the Sixers. And I was like, damn, man. And because I was telling people that it wouldn't work. I told them that it wasn't going to work. I told them that, look at what James Harden was going to do. And he ended up messing up everything. Yeah, Joe Ingles. And then, this is what I was going to say too. Hold on one second, y'all. Looking at something. Okay. The Bucks, they got the third. This is the thing about it though. They got the third toughest schedule in the league right now, behind the Jazz and behind the Suns. The Suns got the toughest record in the NBA right now, for the remainder of the season. Then it's the Jazz. We know the Jazz ain't, they're not going anywhere. Even though the Jazz they have some talent that just needs to be molded, but I don't see they're not going anywhere right now. But that's going to be a key thing. They got the third toughest schedule in the league, and we're going to see how that plays out. Because they got the Clippers next. And the Clippers, we know they've been riddled with injury. They lost Westbrook. There's no timetable for his return. Some people are talking about he probably be out for the remainder of the season. So yeah, the Bucks, man, they've turned a lot of things around, but it's still got a lot. But listen. I'm not gonna be like a prisoner of the moment. Like, I'm not gonna be screaming championship or nothing like that. But the fact that the Bucks are making some sort of strides, that's a good thing. And another thing is Dame has to be balling, man. In order for this thing to work, we could talk down on Dame, we could say this and say that about Dame and all that stuff, but in order for it to work, man, Dame has to be locked in. And not only, listen, I must stress this again, not only on offense, it has to be defense too. Of course, he has to be consistent with hitting his shots, and of course his shot selection, but he's got to be locked in. He got to be locked in. But yeah, besides that, man, it's still a toss-up. I still see Denver possibly repeating. I don't really see anybody on Denver's level at this point in time. Have some teams beating Denver, yeah, but the fact remains is that they're still the championship team, and they could still turn it on when they want to. They could turn it on and turn it off when they want to. Jokic has been in the league long enough to where he knows when to turn it on and turn it off when he wants to. He's a hard hat, blue collar type of player that makes everybody around him better. That's what separates him. That's what separates Jokic from a guy like Luka. Luka, he might. I know he's throwing no look passes to Kyrie and everything like that, but That's not good. Luka and Kyrie is not going to work. I'm sorry. I know some people don't want to hear that, but Luka and Kyrie is not going to work. And I like Kyrie. I like Luka too, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then what they going to do, as always, they going to blame the coach. Runs off stars. Yeah, he runs off stars. Yeah, because he runs off coaches, and he runs off front office people. I've talked about that before. Yeah, he's gonna get Jason. That's why I was getting ready to say that, Ted. This is what's gonna happen if it don't work, because people have already been having talks about Jason Kidd possibly exiting. Okay, and them not getting along and stuff. Uh, he got rid of Don Nelson. He got Donnie Nelson Jr. fired. Okay. He made uh Jim Carrey. I like to call him Jim Carrey, man. He made him quit and go to Indiana. Rick Carlisle. And then of course don't get me started on Porzingis. Now, could Porzingis have played a lot better? Yeah. But also it had to do with his health. Porzingis was playing hurt a lot of times too. I'm not trying to sit here and make a whole bunch of excuses. Yeah, he could have played a lot better and stuff, but Luka was sitting there crying and complaining the whole time too. That didn't make it no better. Luka is a diva, man. Yeah, man. Luka, man. Luka want to try to get what he wants. He ran off Jalen Brunson, and of course I don't listen. I'm not gonna blame that fully on Luka, but he's got to take some of the blame for that, because Jalen Brunson wasn't getting the props that he truly deserved. Now look at what he's doing with New York. Even though New York has been struggling as of late, but um, he's came over and pretty much flipped over that play. Yeah, and not and not it was his father. His Hardaway Sr. called him out. You go look at my video on that, Ted. It was Tim Hardaway Sr. Yeah, man, he's like, because he don't get what he want and all this other stuff. Man, would you just shut up and win? Do you see Jokic crying and complaining? See, Jokic is. Everybody talks about who could play in the '80s and who could play in the '90s. Jokic could, and I know people gonna say that's hella cap. No, it's not. Jokic don't be saying shit. Look, and this is another thing. You see when Marquise Morris tried to shove him and stuff like that, what did Jokic do? He came back, nah, motherfucker. Yeah, tough as nails. He don't cry, he don't complain, he just gets the shit done, man. You know who Shaq said who was the toughest player that never feared him? I bet y'all don't even know, unless y'all try to Google it right now. I'll give y'all 10 seconds. All right. It was Tim Duncan. Shaq said Tim Duncan never feared Shaquille O'Neal. Nah, well, yeah, it was Tim Duncan. Yao Ming didn't fear him either, but he said out of everybody it was Tim Duncan. But I like how Yao Ming did first. I remember when they first played and stuff like that, man. I used to enjoy shit like that, man. And then they were trying to make the whole race thing. You remember that Ted and Brown Sugar when they were talking, trying to make it like a black Asian thing and all this stuff or whatever, man. And he Shaq was making being comical about it and everything. In the beginning, that's what Shaq do. He talk a little trash to the media and stuff. But then, what did they end up doing? They ended up, man, actually, hanging out and stuff. They got Yao was able to hang out with his dad before he passed away and stuff like that. People try. Their fathers were hanging out, and see, I was surprised to see that because you got to understand that, and that's where the military comes in. Okay, you got to understand that Shaq's stepfather, God rest his soul, was prior service. He's a retired vet. So people were gonna try to, throw that whole thing in there. Yeah, man, he had an appreciation for everything. And had it not been for injury, even though he's a Hall of Famer, I felt like Yao's career would have been way, way better. He was on pace, man. He was starting to kill, man. He was starting to absolutely destroy. Cause there was nothing that you could do with Yao. We got to give Yao the props for being that agile 7'5". Like he was like what Victor Wembanyama was, but Victor Wembanyama could do a lot more because it was a different era. But Yao was able to come with the spin move. He had good footwork. He worked continuously on his game. You know, because when him and Steve Francis and Cuttino Mobley, they helped Yao come into the league working with him. Yeah, he was no joke, man. That guy was consistent. Oh man, nice spin move. He was working with Hakeem. You could tell he was working with Hakeem. He could step out and hit that 16 footer. Um, Come baseline every now and then, hit you with a crossover every now and then. Had an up and under, could come through, use the rim as a shield, soft off the glass sometimes. Man, this guy he was so underappreciated, man. Underappreciated, man. Yeah, yeah. I saw, speaking of A. Shawn, did y'all see that fight last night with Jalen Green and Bradley Beal? Bradley Beal pushed Jalen Green in his face, and Bradley Beal got ejected. And Bradley Beal was like, bam, Jalen Green came back. Yeah, Jalen Green came back and shoved him, man. Jalen Green ain't no punk, man. Especially playing around Derrick Brooks and Ime Udoka. Nah, man, but I'm getting ready to bounce y'all, man. It's good chatting with y'all. I figured I'll give y'all one live this morning and everything, man. I'll pop out again a little bit later, man. I got a few videos. I'm a drop. Be sure to look out for those. Be sure y'all sharing the content, please. I want this to get out to the people. They haven't been, sending out my notifications and stuff. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna start going live more on the other stream as opposed to this right here. And like I said, man, just like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too, so that you're notified. I thank everybody for rocking with me, all my new subs, and of course all my day ones. Till then, man, it's straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later.